Okay, so one of the neat things about objects that we bring in is some of them may have animations built into them. So I went on Sketchfab and I found this model, which has this bouncing treasure chest, and I thought that's kind of neat. Let's take that one. So we just simply download our model. And now I'm going to take this FBX file now. So we're seeing another file format. So again, there's going to be this wild west of file formats, especially when you're downloading other people's work here. So I'm going to go back into my assets just so I have a place to drag it. I'm going to see what my contents are in here. So I'll double click on that. Go in here. And so you see we have source, textures. Let's see, I'm going to just take this one and put that there on my desktop. I'm just going to, just because I don't want all these folders. And I have those two there. So when I drag them in together, they should hopefully be intrinsically linked. So I'll just go ahead and drop that into my folders here. And I'm going to find my chest here, drag it out, and go down to looking here. It must be so high here. Right, so let's go in here. Let's zoom in a lot more here. And there we are. Okay, so we have this chest on the ground. Oh, my thing I fixed is so low. Let me get him up here. Let's just see what I see. Okay, good. It's in first view when I see it. Actually, let's see if we can move it a little further so that I can say, there it is. Okay, so when we hit play, there it is. It's a chest. But nothing's happening, right? It's not animating, and we know it has an animation on it. So we actually have to set it up to animate. So what do we need to do? Well, there's a bunch of steps that we're going to need to do. You'll see on the object itself, we have it selected here. It has this controller thing, right? So what's a controller? Well, it's an animation controller that we need to use. So I'm going to go back into my assets. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to say Create an Animator Controller. And I'll call this Chest Controller, right? And so here we have this chest controller, and I'm going to double click on this, and we're going to see a new window. So we're going to do some visual coding in this class. We're not going to do real coding, hopefully, using something called Playmaker, but this is the animation kind of coding thing. So if we look down at our mesh chest in here, you'll see this little disclosure triangle. If I open that, you'll see that it has all these things inside of it. So it has this thing called Take One, which is the actual animation. You can see it's the animation by the little symbol. And I'm just going to drag it up here, and it's going to naturally glom onto this entry. So I'm going to go over here to Scene and hit play. Still nothing. Okay, that's because we didn't connect the controller. So we have to select our, what are we selecting? Our object? No, we're selecting our object up here. And this animation controller, we can just grab our controller we made and say, drag it right into that controller. And now when I go, where was it? Oh, for some reason it moved. What happened here? Again, let's see. Why are you coming to the middle? I don't know why it's coming to the middle. But there it was, and it opened up on entry. So I'm not sure why it's repositioning itself. That's something to everything's been real buggy here, especially when I'm running so much stuff at once. That's something we'd have to look at and try to figure out. But I'm not going to try to figure that out right now. Because I feel like it's probably just a matter of, I don't know what it's a matter of, but I'm going to try to hopefully put it there. But what we need to know is, and that's something we could troubleshoot later, but what I want is for this to continue moving, right? And right now all it does is it does that one time. So what we can do is actually click on this Take One, go to Edit, and you'll see there's a button right here that says Loop Time. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to apply it. And now when I go to play, right, well, we'll see. Right, so there it is. our little chest is animating. Now there's a whatever bug happening here where it's for some reason centering on the scene or coming to our camera, and that's I have no idea why that is, and that's something we just have to troubleshoot and see what's happening, because it shouldn't be doing that. But that's adding an animation is already there. Okay, so I'm just appending this onto the end of the video. I figured out what the problem was. So basically, again, it was, right, if I click on this, it's for some reason repositioning itself. All we need to do, I can't get out of that, is go over here, right? I have this selected here, and I'm going to say apply root motion. And now when I come over here, there it is over there. So it's simply just clicking that root motion button. The first time I had tried this, it didn't move like that. So I don't know what happened between the first time I tried it and the second time I tried it. But again, it's always fun to figure out things, right?